in our fellowship, we use music as a way to reach people, people that are not even musically inclined. Like for myself, I had no idea music or anything until I got saved. And I used to do music. Now I'm a grandma, so I'll be like the rapping grandma now.
The rapping
so,
grandma.
so my husband's like, hang it up, no more rapping granny.
Hang it up.
But they want to do this. How do you get your songs? I know how I used to do mine,
Right.
but since I was like a newbie, I would just like match. Like I would get a song from the world, and I would do by the syllables, like
Right.
And but what do you do? How do you do it?
Similar concept. There's, sometimes I'll see that, there's something trending. The internet's very faithful to let you know what's trending on the world. So to show you what's trending songs, and sometimes, I'll take say, okay, I'm going to match it up and take it, reword it and make it, match. Sometimes I take just the chorus and just eliminate the verses and just make my own. Sometimes I just take the instrumental and just start fresh with the song as if I've never even heard it at all. So my favorite way to do it though is I do like to take the songs, some of these songs that are trending. I like to match the chorus a lot of time with, because oftentimes that's what's really trending the most. Is the chorus of these songs. So I'll take the chorus, keep the same syllable, keep the same layout, change the lyrics, and always just kind of focus to, in this chorus, if I only have 30 seconds to give you the summary of the whole song, I want in the chorus to be able to show you that here's an issue, a problem, here's a solution. It's going to point you back to Jesus. That's how I aim to do it. And even for the whole song, I always, just like any songwriter, you take the title, take the focus, the topic of the song, and you figure out how I'm going to make 3 minutes, and I'm just going to tell someone what I want them to know. Oftentimes what happens is I find people get a little overwhelmed with, I don't know how to write songs, when the reality is we write songs every day. Only thing difference between putting a song in music form is that you're telling a story and just making the words rhyme. That's really the only difference. But in its essence, every day, if when we're a witness to someone, you can take your witness, put it in a song form. You're telling your testimony, your story. You can put that in a song form, and all you do is making these words rhyme. So what I always aim to do is think, okay, if the song's 3 minutes long, if I'm telling this song to a person on the street, what would I want them to know about the gospel? How could I make them hear the truth in 3 minutes? If all I had was 3 minutes to tell you anything that I could possibly tell you about the gospel, I want to make sure I try to compact in a simple way as possible. Here's what the gospel is. Whether it relates to my testimony, this is who I was, this is who I am now, and it's because of Jesus. Whether it's because of a specific area of sin, a specific area of temptation, or maybe a specific struggle. Sometimes it's mental struggles. There's common areas that I know I used to battle with. Maybe there's addictions, there's pornography, there's alcohol, there's weed, there's drugs, right? There's feeling, inadequate. How can I take these topics showing that, hey, I used to deal with this too, but now I'm delivered in just 3 minutes. In 3 minutes and make it rhyme. You know your story better than anyone else. You know what you've been delivered from. You know how God brought you, know the process, and you can tell your story the best. And that's what people want to hear. They want to hear something genuine, not so much that, oh, it sounds, it had cool, a cool layout or it's, but more so if you tell your story on a sound, it always comes across. So I approach it from that mindset. There's times where I do original songs. I feel stirred and led. I'll have an idea, but the concept is still true. I want to be able to preach to someone. I'm imagining if I'm downtown San Antonio and if I've only had 3 minutes of your entire life, I want you to remember something you'll never forget. I want to plant a seed in your mind about the gospel of Jesus, because that way you're always fishing, you're always moving, and this is what enables different ideas. Sometimes people get stuck because they're like, well, it keeps sounding the same. That song sounded like the last song. It sounds like I'm repeating myself. Well, just remember, there's so many different areas when it comes to sin, the life, the mind. There's emotions, right? There's struggles, there's fatherlessness, right? There's broken, there's suicide. There's so many areas of life you can touch on. and speak on it. You can make a song about it. Show someone how they can be delivered from depression. Make a song about anxiety. Make like there's mental this whole topic of mental illness. Make a song about it. Right? Make a song about, these doctors are saying that, the only way you're going to cope is that you get these pills. You get Adderall, Xanax, Zyproxen. No, make a song about there's an answer for your anxiety. Make a song about the suicidal, right? We've made so many songs on different topics. You'll never run out of ideas, because there's issues that keep unfolding the more and more you live through life. And sometimes what helps is that think of a person, think of yourself, and think of a person you'd be talking to, maybe a close friend. You say, man, I've always wanted to witness to that person, but I didn't know how to approach it. You know what? Here's a song idea, because I know that person's life. That person's struggling. She's struggling from self-worth. She thinks the only way she's going to get attention is, she's got to show her body. She's got to wear all the makeup, right? She's got to, put herself out there and get any attention, even if it's bad attention. Turn it into a song, because you'll find that what that person is dealing with, there's millions of other people that's dealing with the same issue. Turn it into a song. So when you simplify what songwriting is, it's not so much as it is a special gifting, but as is you're just communicating. You're just communicating, you're talking. So that's my mindset. Of course, I always pray. I'm asking God, help me, put your ideas, anoint my imagination. Now, there's a prayer aspect to that, and there's also the real life aspect of it, because these songs come from a place that's you. The man and the message are always connected. You want God to anoint your music. There's a certain way that you say, God, first me. I want to make sure I'm living right. I want to make sure that I'm in my word. You can't give what you don't have. So it always starts with me personally, my personal life. People see, they may see me on a concert stage or in a park or on a street corner, but before I was out there, I was in my personal place praying. I was making sure my heart's right. I'm in my word. I'm reading. And a lot of time what comes out is that when God's able to be with me, fill me, and you heal it. So there's the personal side, the private life, there's the public life. And when you're able to combine these and just remember, I'm communicating to someone, I'm talking to someone. That's all I'm doing. You'll find that God will bless it. When you do it from that place in a genuine heart for souls, not so much about, is everyone else going to like it? I can care less if people don't like it. I'm always looking for the sinner. I'm never making anything for the church. I'm making something for the sinner, right? This is not about me trying to entertain the church. These are for the sinners. Like, I don't care if the church hears a song 20 times in 1 month. As long as the sinner's getting saved, that's what matters. The focus is always people, souls. And when you keep that focus, keep it about soul winning, it'll have impact.
Very good, because I've heard people saying like, "Oh, I don't want to do the concert again or do the same songs," and
Yeah.
but it's not about that.
It's
It's
not
about
about that.
the visitor that comes or the person that's hearing
Absolutely.
that, and that song, it touches something
Yep.
inside of you. I remember a song I had done like way back in the day, like
Yeah.
way back in the day. It was it's gonna be I forgot the actual name of the song, but it was my lyrics was, "It's gonna be hot in hell, so give
Yeah.
up all your sin."
Come on.
So this girl was like, "Oh, you messed up that song for me. Now every time I hear that song, all I hear is, it's
Yeah.
gonna be hot in hell.
There
I
it
got to give
is.
up all my sin."
There